One TikTok trend this plastic surgeon likes.
Guacamole, which is absolutely delicious. On the face, the avocado itself has some hydrating properties. It's got natural oils. I'm gonna go no on the guacamole on the face. Salt as a scrub. Sometimes putting fresh citrus on the skin can be very irritating. Although I see the wanted effects, I don't know that I would recommend this one. Now this I understand, this is creating a mask or a natural type of peel with the benefits of the antioxidants, the high concentrated vitamin C. So this is something that I think could definitely freshen up some dull, dry skin.
Take a look at these women. They don't have drooping jowls or turkey necks, deep creases spreading across their foreheads, or fine lines around their eyes. They also don't have crepey skin on their arms and hands, or brown spots all over that seem to multiply. In fact, they're enjoying better skin today than they had a decade ago. How is that possible? I can tell you right now, it's not because of good genetics.
Hi, my name is Dr. John Lakey, and in the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal what's really making these so-called superagers look so young, and the one anti-aging scam you should never fall for. So if you're a woman who's currently between the ages of 35 and 89, I encourage you to pay close attention, because I'll also show you a scientifically proven way to take years off your own appearance, just by doing one very simple thing every morning. And no, it has nothing to do with skin creams or cosmetic procedures, nor does it require any type of fancy gadget. It's something you can do right at home in less than a minute. You see, the method I'm going to show you actually stems from a scientific discovery that was made many years ago. But most women still don't know about it because, well, for one thing, it's not exactly profitable for the commercial beauty industry. And second, it initially was believed to only work for men. Now, I'll talk more about that in just a moment. But let's just say this assumption was definitely false, because I have concrete proof that women who do this daily tend to look years younger than their peers who don't. Literally, their skin looks significantly firmer, tighter, and less droopy. They have far fewer, if any, wrinkles, and their complexion practically glows with youth and vitality. So I highly recommend that you try it for yourself once this video ends. But in case we haven't met before, allow me to briefly introduce myself. Many people will recognize me as the co-founder of the world-renowned Beverly Hills Plastic Surgery Group, where my partner Dr. Payman Danielpour and I have been treating some of today's biggest stars for over a decade. But even though I'm best known for my work as a plastic surgeon, I've also dedicated a large portion of my career to searching for ways to defy the signs of aging without knives or needles. In fact, my research in the field of youth restoration has been published in leading medical journals all around the world. However, the simple technique I'm going to show you today has never been revealed prior to this report. But first, let's get back to our superagers. You see, I first started looking into this phenomenon after a chance encounter with two very unusual women at my clinic. Well, it wasn't exactly by chance. The first woman, let's call her Linda, had scheduled a consultation with me several weeks prior to discuss some possible treatments for sagging skin and wrinkles. So I already knew she'd be coming in. What I wasn't expecting, however, was for her to arrive with her grown daughter in tow. Or at least that's who I immediately assumed the woman with Linda to be. But when she finally introduced us, I was speechless. "This is my sister, Joanne," she said casually. "She's in town visiting this week, so I figured I'd bring her along. She's always wanted to see what a plastic surgery clinic looks like." Wait, I thought. This was a lot to process. Joanne looked about 20 years younger than Linda. So either there was a significant age difference between the two, or Joanne had definitely spent her fair share of time in a plastic surgeon's office before, and was just trying to convince her sister otherwise. At any rate, I guess I wasn't able to hide my confusion very well, because Linda's smile instantly disappeared. "You thought she was my daughter, didn't you?" I could feel my face turning red. "It's okay, everyone does," she sighed. "That's why I'm here, Dr. Lakey. Joanne is only 2 years younger than me. But while I keep getting older and more wrinkled, she still looks like she's 30. What am I doing wrong?" I could tell this was a real point of frustration for Linda, and I truly felt for her. After all, if seeing her skin age wasn't bad enough, her sister's youthful appearance only added insult to injury. But here's the thing. At 63, Linda didn't actually look old for her age. Sure, she had noticeable wrinkles around her eyes and mouth, and the skin on her cheeks, neck, and jawline was starting to sag considerably. But these problems were extremely common among women her age. In fact, most people would consider them normal. So as far as I could tell, Linda wasn't doing anything wrong. The real question was, what was Joanne doing differently? Now, if the two weren't directly related, I would have probably just chalked it up to genetics. But since they were sisters, that couldn't be the case. So I politely asked Joanne if she was sure she'd never had any work done, even if it was just a round of dermal fillers or laser treatments at a beautician's office. But she swore she hadn't. I live in a small town, Dr. Lakey. We don't even have places that offer that sort of thing, she laughed. So I decided to ask some preliminary questions about her lifestyle, just to see if their routines differed in any way. But what I learned only left me more puzzled. Both Joanne and Linda had never smoked. They rarely drank alcohol. They both had relatively healthy diets. And while they both admitted to tanning in their teens and 20s, there's no reason why sun damage would have affected one more than the other. Moreover, they both had 2 children and similarly demanding jobs. So even their stress levels couldn't have been that different. And yet Linda's skin was starting to sag, crease, and look wilted, while Joanne's skin looked taut and lifted as ever, with barely a wrinkle in sight. It made no sense. So as a last resort, I asked Joanne to walk me through her entire daily routine, step by step, from the time she woke up to the time she went to bed. And finally, I had my answer. It turns out there were actually 3 things Joanne did every day that worked together to keep her appearance from aging. But the funny thing is, she didn't even know what they were until I pointed them out. So let's start with Joanne's first super ager habit. Well, actually, let me back up just a bit. Because in order to fully explain the significance of it, I'll first need to tell you about something called DHT. Now, DHT is hardly a new discovery. It's a hormone that all human bodies naturally produce, so scientists have known about it for decades. But for a long time, its effect on women was largely ignored. And I'll tell you why. You see, even though virtually everyone's body starts to produce more and more DHT as they get older, this process was initially linked to baldness in men. So since hair loss solutions are a huge moneymaker, funding DHT research has primarily centered around studies of male pattern baldness ever since. But the truth is, DHT also plays a major role in how women look too. The only difference? In women, its effects are most visible on their skin. Now, that's not to say it can't cause thinning hair in women as well. It certainly can. But the biggest sign of increased DHT are actually loose, sagging skin, wrinkles, and the loss of elasticity. Why? Because DHT inhibits your body's production of collagen. You see, collagen is the protein that keeps your skin firm, taut, and lifted. In fact, I like to think of it as your skin's primary support system, because without it, your skin would literally be unable to hold itself up. Now, your body's ability to produce collagen naturally slows down in the years before, during, and after menopause. But if it weren't for DHT, the effects wouldn't be nearly as obvious. Because just as your collagen production starts to decline, your production of collagen-blocking DHT simultaneously increases, making it even harder for your skin to fight gravity and maintain its youthful firmness. So if you're seeing sagging skin on your cheeks, neck, chin, or jawline, or loose wobbly skin on your upper arms, DHT is likely to blame. So at this point, you're probably wondering, okay, but what does this have to do with Joanne's daily routine? Well, here's the scoop. Even though Joanne wasn't big on skincare and makeup, for the past few years, she had been taking a natural herb called saw palmetto to help thicken her hair. Now, ordinarily, saw palmetto is used to help combat hair loss in men. In fact, Joanne said it was her husband who first introduced her to it, but she loved how full and healthy it made her hair look too. So she figured, why not? But remember what I said about DHT being linked to hair loss? Well, the reason saw palmetto is such an effective solution is it helps naturally inhibit the effects of this hormone, even as your body's production of it increases with age. In fact, in human trials, people who took saw palmetto were found to produce 68% less DHT than those who didn't. That's a huge difference. So not only was this supplement doing wonders for Joanne's hair, it was actually helping her skin stay firmer and more lifted looking too. That said, if your goal is to look younger, taking saw palmetto by itself won't do you much good. Because while it's great for stabilizing your body's natural collagen production, it doesn't make up for the collagen that's already been lost. But as luck would have it, Joanne had unwittingly been pairing it with something that does. You see, as someone who liked to stay active, she'd always made a point to take care of her joints. So a while back, she began taking 2 additional dietary supplements each morning. The first was a blend of amino acids, as it was known to support strong, healthy joint cartilage. And the second was something called dietary hyaluronic acid, which her doctor said would help keep her joints properly lubricated. But what Joanne didn't realize is, while she's taking these supplements to help support her knees, hips, and elbows, they were clearly having a dramatic effect on her skin as well. You see, amino acids are actually the primary components of collagen. So every time she took them for her joints, she was actually fueling the production of new collagen throughout her entire body. So while most women her age see their skin start to slack and droop, Joanne was seeing the opposite effects. Because not only was she less vulnerable to the skin aging effects of DHT, she was actually replenishing her skin's supply of collagen each and every day. And as for that hyaluronic acid she was taking, well, that's the finishing touch that solidified her superager status. You see, hyaluronic acid is widely used
as a moisturizing agent in topical skincare products.
but this ultra-hydrating natural substance also plays an important role inside your body as well. In fact, that's where it's most important, because on top of reducing joint friction, hyaluronic acid acts as a volumizer for your skin. Let me explain. In order for your skin to stay smooth, supple, and wrinkle-resistant, its cells have to retain ample amounts of moisture. Otherwise, they start to dry out and lose volume, which in turn causes your skin to crease, shrivel, and deflate, much like a grape turns into a raisin. Well, hyaluronic acid is kind of like a built-in moisture magnet that helps your cells retain the hydration they need to stay full and plump. The problem is, our body's natural supply of hyaluronic acid gradually dries up as we get older, which results in thinning skin, wrinkles, and a lifeless complexion. So while applying hyaluronic acid topically can certainly help with these problems temporarily, taking it in a dietary form has been shown to deliver astronomically better results long term. I'm not kidding. In 2017, a study confirmed that after just 8 weeks of taking a hyaluronic acid supplement, participants showed significantly diminished wrinkles compared with the placebo group. And get this, after 12 weeks, they also saw a significant improvement in skin luster and suppleness too. And the reason for this is quite simple. The most effective way to correct problems like wrinkles and dull skin, especially once you're over 40, is by moisturizing from the inside out. So even if Joanne didn't realize it, the combination of supplements she'd been taking clearly came complete with some truly age-defying side effects. Because together, they addressed the 3 biggest issues that made people appear older: sagging skin, wrinkles, and loss of radiance. And before you run out to buy these same supplements for yourself, I must warn you, while the ingredients themselves are all backed by science, I strongly discourage you from using any of the collagen, saw palmetto, or hyaluronic acid supplements currently sold in US stores, because they are simply not well regulated. In the last 2 years alone, dozens, if not hundreds of popular supplement brands have been flagged for dishonest labeling, false claims, and yes, even fake nutrients. Worse yet, some were even found to have ingredients that can be harmful or are otherwise prohibited. And after studying a large sample of collagen, HA, and saw palmetto brands specifically, I can tell you that even the untainted ones are often weak and have a very low rate of absorption. So if you're wondering why Joanne's formulas were so effective, it turns out she'd been ordering them directly from laboratories in Europe at a whopping cost of over $150 per bottle. And that's not even including international shipping fees, mind you. Now, spending $500 every month to maintain this regimen might sound like a steal to my celebrity clients, but it was putting a serious strain on Joanne's finances. So I can't, in good conscience, recommend this option to you. Because the truth is, you can actually get even more dramatic results for less than the price of a cup of coffee. That's right, I'm talking visibly firmer, more lifted-looking skin, fewer lines and wrinkles, and a beautifully radiant complexion, all in one simple step. Best of all, this is something every woman can afford to do daily, and it works at any age. So rest assured that no matter how old you are or how far your signs of aging have progressed, a younger version of yourself is possible to achieve. How, you ask? Well, in an effort to make Joanne's age-fighting regimen more accessible, my partner, Dr. Daniel Poor, and I decided to take matters into our own hands. After all, we had access to the world's best laboratories, so finding the purest and most powerful form of each ingredient wouldn't be a problem. And because we'd established good working relationships with our lead scientists, we could easily source them for a fraction of their standard cost. However, after doing some more research, we discovered that the skin transforming effects of saw palmetto, collagen, and hyaluronic acid could actually be amplified even further with vitamins A and B. You see, B vitamins are often called the energy vitamins because they help stimulate cellular activity throughout your body. But they're also essential to helping your body absorb the amino acids in dietary collagen. So even a high-grade collagen supplement would end up working even better in its presence. Meanwhile, vitamin A helps your body use those amino acids to generate more collagen. In other words, these two nutrients basically turbocharge the age-fighting process, so that skin starts to look firmer and more taut even faster. The only problem? According to our calculations, these results could only be achieved if all 5 ingredients, that's collagen, saw palmetto, HA, and A and B vitamins were consumed together every day. And let's face it, that's a lot of pills to swallow. So to make it easier to stick with the plan, we decided to try combining them into one multi-active formula instead. Now, let me be clear. Fusing that many high-potency ingredients is very difficult, and at least to my knowledge, it has never been done with these particular ingredients before. Nevertheless, we stepped up to the challenge, and after several months of trial and error, something extraordinary happened. Not only were we able to successfully combine all 5 nutrients without altering their potency, but our process proved to be so precise, it essentially fused them into an entirely new and more powerful complex. Because in test after test, its youth-restoring properties vastly exceeded any supplement blend we'd seen before. In fact, we didn't even know what to call it at first, so we gave it the name Beverly Hills MD Dermal Repair Complex, because it quite literally worked to repair the appearance of aging skin with every dose. Now, at the time, we could only produce this formula in very small batches, so for the first few years, we were only able to share it with a small handful of clients. But the first people we offered it to were Linda and Joanne. In fact, we sent them a complete 6-month supply for free as a way of thanking them for inspiring this incredible discovery. And you won't believe what happened. Obviously, Joanne was thrilled to no longer have to spend extravagant amounts of money on her supplements because our dermal repair complex gave her all the same benefits, and then some. But it was her sister Linda's transformation that really blew us away. After 2 months, the sagging skin on her cheeks and jawline that used to bother her so much didn't even get her attention when she looked in the mirror. And by the 3rd month, Linda couldn't even remember where her deepest wrinkles used to be, because she hadn't even thought about them in weeks. I know looks aren't everything, but I have to admit my new appearance has really changed my life for the better, she said in an email to me. And I knew exactly what she meant. Because while sagging skin and wrinkles may not be the end of the world, they can take a toll on your self-confidence. And that can affect everything from your mood, to your relationships, to your enjoyment of all the little things that make life wonderful. Not to mention, when you see yourself starting to look older, it makes you feel older too, which can rob you of your energy and make you less motivated to pursue the things you love. So when these seemingly superficial problems finally stop weighing you down, it really is nothing short of life-changing. And as an inside joke, Linda made sure to mention that everyone knows she and Joanne are sisters right off the bat now. But when I finally saw them in person, I was actually startled. I mean, the last time I saw Linda and Joanne side by side, only one of them fit the description of a superager. And now they both looked years, if not decades, younger than they really were. In fact, I remember that day very vividly, because given the rarity of superagers, it was the first time I'd ever been in the same room with 2 of them at once. But it wasn't just Linda who saw a dramatic difference with this formula. Our other clients have been absolutely blown away too. Here, I'll actually show you a few excerpts from the emails I began getting around that time. I'm so in love with the Dermal Repair Complex supplements. I never skip a day using them. My skin is noticeably firmer and younger looking. The Dermal Repair Complex is great. It has definitely helped with my lower chin, neck to décolletage area. I now look in the mirror and see a complete difference in the texture and appearance of my skin. It's a remarkable difference. People are commenting on how great I look all the time,
not knowing what exactly looks different about me.
I no longer look tired and old. Thank you so much for introducing this great product. I can't tell you how proud I felt when I read their glowing reviews. After all, for years, everyone told us that a youthful look pill was impossible, and yet Dr. Danielpour and I had made it happen. However, what I'm most excited to reveal today is this. Due to growing levels of demand, we have since increased production on this formula. So while Dermal Repair Complex used to only be for clients at our clinic, for the time being, you can place an order for it through this video and experience the results firsthand at home. That's right, I will send Dermal Repair Complex straight to you from the supply center. And because you took the time to learn about it, I won't even let you pay full price. When you order through this video, you'll be getting an exclusive discount. Of course, our supply is still quite small compared to most commercial products, so I have to limit orders to no more than 6 bottles. However, that should be way more than enough to see your look improve dramatically. In fact, a lot of women say they look years younger after 2. So if you're ready to start your own journey, here is what you need to know. Beverly Hills MD Dermal Repair Complex is a next-generation youth restoration formula that you take 2 capsules of daily with breakfast, or any meal of your choice. It works like this. Each dose contains a highly concentrated blend of the following active compounds. Number 1, hydrolyzed collagen, an ultra-absorbent amino acid compound that rapidly works to help skin naturally repopulate its own collagen supply. This is what gives the formula its remarkable skin lifting effect. Number 2, premium grade saw palmetto, a scientifically backed plant extract that's proven to help inhibit the collagen blocking effects of DHT as you get older. This is what helps it to slow the signs of future skin aging. But just so you know, it will also likely make the hair on your head grow in thicker and fuller, while minimizing the growth of unwanted facial hairs. Number 3, maximum potency hyaluronic acid, a powerful natural lubricant that helps replenish your skin's internal moisture. This is what facilitates the visible smoothing of lines and wrinkles and illuminates your skin. Each capsule is then fortified with an advanced mixture of A and B vitamins to help accelerate the results of your regimen by stimulating cellular energy throughout your body, which is why most women who take this formula actually report feeling younger and more energetic too. Now, as I mentioned earlier, taking these ingredients individually would cost you upwards of $500 each month because, and I can't stress this enough, most of the collagen and saw palmetto supplements you see in stores do not contain sufficient amount of the ingredient they advertise. And in some cases, they don't contain any of it at all. So you would have to order each compound directly from laboratories in order to see results. However, because we have good working relationships with our suppliers, we're able to order these premium grade actives in bulk for a fraction of the price. Of course, the process of formulating them into our dermal repair complex is somewhat costly and very labor intensive. But unlike commercial supplement companies, our primary source of revenue comes from our surgical practice in Beverly Hills, which gives us the luxury of offering this formula to our clients without any significant markups from its cost of production. In fact, when I tell you how much we normally sell Dermal Repair Complex for on our website, you'll probably laugh. Ready for it? A full month's supply costs our clients just $58. That's a steal compared to the $500 you'd pay for the same age-defying effects you'd get if you ordered each nutrient individually. And frankly, there are plenty of so-called beauty supplements on the market right now that don't even come close to the dramatic results of our Dermal Repair Complex. And yet they still cost 2 or 3 times the price. I told you the supplement industry was shady, but because you took the time to watch this important research report today, I won't even charge you the standard $58. I'm not kidding. Just press the button below this video and you'll be taken to a private order page where you can secure your supply of Beverly Hills MD Dermal Repair Complex for just $39.95 per jar. That's only $1.33 a day to help turn back the clock on your appearance and keep your skin looking fresh, healthy, and youthful for the long haul. And it gets better, because I want to offer you an even bigger discount when you stock up. When you choose to invest in our 180-day supply, I'm going to give you an additional sizable discount on top of today's already reduced price. Now keep in mind, since we've just begun producing this supplement within the past few months, we've been getting a great deal from our ingredient sources. But we know these prices will go up once word gets out about our formula and demand for the powerful active ingredients skyrockets. So this special price may disappear at any time. However, there is a way to lock in this video exclusive price and save an additional 10% on top of that. When stock permits, we will open our Subscribe and Save program to the general public. Subscribe and Save members get guaranteed monthly delivery. You will not miss a day of Dermal Repair Complex. We will always keep inventory on hand for Subscribe and Save members, even when we go into back order for everyone else. Your order will be fulfilled first. And the best part is, if prices go up in the future, you will only pay the same low price you originally had. And as a member of the Subscribe and Save, you'll also get special discount coupons and exclusive invitations to events where we meet in person to discuss the latest beauty tips and trends. But we can only keep membership open when there's enough inventory. So if you see an upgrade to the Inner Circle option on the next page, I invite you to join. You can cancel at any time, no questions asked. Now, if you've ever been disappointed by a similar product in the past, I completely understand, and I don't blame you one bit for wondering how Dermal Repair Complex will work for you. A lot of what's available out there simply doesn't work, or provides such minimal results it's not even worth it. That's also why we go to the extra mile and have each and every batch of our supplements third-party tested, to ensure that what you see is exactly what you get. No extra ingredients, no fillers, no dangerous contaminants. We also only use labs that adhere strictly to the FDA standards for good manufacturing practices, to ensure that our supplements are of the purest quality possible. I'm so confident you'll see a complete difference with Dermal Repair Complex. I'm making this offer totally risk-free, so you can feel comfortable trying it today, seeing how it works for you, then deciding whether or not you'd like to keep it. Normally, we offer a 60-day money-back guarantee on all of our products, to make sure all of our loyal customers have a full 2 months
To decide how they like their new purchase.
But because I'm so confident you're going to be absolutely amazed by your results, I'm going to extend our money-back guarantee by another 30 days through this video only. That means if you find yourself unsatisfied with your purchase for any reason in the first 90 days of using it, or even if you simply change your mind, you can send it right back to us even if it's all been used up and receive a full refund of your money. No questions, no hassle, no hard feelings. Requesting a refund is as simple as contacting our customer support staff at 1-877-828-5528 or send us an email at customersupport@beverlyhills-md.com, and we'll make sure you're taken care of. So we're able to confidently offer this promise to you because for the vast majority of people, the results are nothing short of amazing. So click on the link below to give it a try today. When you do, you'll be taken to our secure server, which is encrypted with the latest SSL 128-bit security. For your total protection, simply enter your order information and we will rush you your Dermal Repair Complex with express shipping in a plain box for your privacy. Many have also asked if they could get this offer by picking up a jar in our office. Unfortunately, as this is an internet-only price offer, we cannot offer this discount on jars sold in our office. So please order online or by phone. However, if you are in the Beverly Hills area, we would love to meet you in person. So do feel free to stop by and say hello. Our office is just 4 blocks west of Rodeo Drive. Now, as I said, there is one little catch to this internet offer. Since we've just begun producing this supplement within the last few months, we've been getting a great deal from our ingredient sources. But we know these prices will go up once word gets out about our formula and demand for the powerful active ingredient skyrockets. So this special price may disappear at any time. So if you'd like to get healthier, firmer, more supple skin, like you had in your younger days, I want to urge you to order now, while we're still able to offer this great price. And since Dermal Repair Complex won't go bad in your cabinet and is a great size to keep in your travel bag, you can feel confident stocking up and saving even more money. So click on the link below or pick up the phone to reserve your Dermal Repair Complex now. There is no other supplement on the market that contains our unique, complete skin solution, and we don't want anyone to miss out on an opportunity to regain a youthful look that makes you feel great about your skin. Because let's face it, none of us are getting any younger. As we age, our skin health deteriorates more and more rapidly over time. But by ordering today, you'll be taking perhaps the most important step you can take on your journey to youthful, vibrant skin. Skin that looks young, tight, and glowing. Skin that shows your health, youth, and beauty to the world. You can regain not only that look of youth, but also that feeling of youth. That confident, energetic feeling that keeps you walking with your head held high, knowing you look your very best. In fact, the very best feedback I get from my patients is something I like to call the youthful moment. It usually happens when you least expect it. Just finished getting ready in the morning, or even when you catch your reflection in your rearview mirror. You suddenly see a you that you hardly recognize. A you that looks fresh, healthy, and glowing. You reach up and touch your face and you can't remember the last time it felt so soft and smooth. Then you think back and you realize you've been feeling more confident all week without even realizing it. You may find this feeling hard to put into words, but as the day goes on and the joy stays with you, you realize this feeling is life-changing. And look, in the end, that's the reason I got into this business in the first place. When I first decided to attend medical school nearly 2 decades ago, because there's nothing more rewarding than seeing what happens to people when you help them achieve the happy, radiant look they deserve. So please, click on the button below to try Beverly Hills MD Dermal Repair Complex for yourself right now. We guarantee you'll be satisfied or you don't pay. It's that simple. Thanks again for your time and attention. I'm Dr. John Lakey with the Beverly Hills Plastic Surgery Group and Beverly Hills MD, wishing you a happy and healthy journey towards inner skin health.
Try Dermal Repair Complex right now. Scan the QR code or go to dermalfixer.com in order to get an exclusive limited time deal of up to 60% off.